Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play some mono black Nakogari Na Orzhov deck that I lifted some inspiration from a few YouTubers I saw, and then I wanted to try it out myself. And really, the initial concept was the Corroding Dragonstorm being bounced because we can summon a dragon by playing Changeling cards like the Firdoch Core. But what I've noticed in Standard is, well, you don't want to play just mono black since it does not handle a lot of enchantments, and there are ample enchantments for us to fight. So I wanted to slide in a little bit of green in Chomping Changeling. This card allows us to just blow up any enchantments that we want. I also initially thought about using Cease and Desist, but this deck actually use up a lot of its own enchantments, so I didn't really want to blow up all the enchantments. I just wanted to have Chomping Changeling kind of come down and slam on one or two enchantments here or there. So that's the first part of it. But then as I played through some of the games today, I realized, hey, wait a minute, I also want to have Day of Judgment in the deck. So now it's almost an Abzan deck, right? So it's got green, or it's got white and black mana, and it's got green and black mana, but they all act as normal black mana to play these all the other mono black cards. And the idea of the mono black card that we want to play is, of course, Unholy Annex, right? Unholy Annex with any Changeling makes it so that we can just drain our opponent every turn. And the best thing about Changelings is that Firdoch Core is a Changeling artifact, so it's technically a demon, which means it technically will drain our opponent, but because it's also an artifact, it's a little bit hard for our opponent to interact with. They can't really kill an artifact without, things like Shatter or Naturalize, which not a lot of people are running. So that is the idea of this deck. But then as I played through the deck, I found out that one of the other things that I really need to struggle against, well, actually two things I need to struggle against. One is graveyard strategy like Caveros. So Ghost Vacuum is in a deck for also that reason, along with board wipe that drains the graveyard like Deadly Cover-Up, or exile the graveyard like Deadly Cover-Up, and then combo decks like Kona Omniscience deck. And that's why I also put in Ancient Vendetta, so I can hate on their card. So this whole deck just became super hateful. And the best thing about this is it's actually a toolbox deck, right? We got 2 Day of Judgment, we have 2 Chomping Changeling, we have 2 Ancient Vendetta, and we have 1 Ghost Vacuum, all of which we can kind of tutor up with Beseech the Mirror. So we have a lot of ways to sack Beseech the Mirror, one of which is just sacking the Firdoch Core or the Ghost Vacuum, but we can also sack tokens or this Valgavoth Lair, and we can get out any of these cards that we might need. So that's what makes this deck very useful, because it's got toolbox effects. So because of that, I had to make this mono black deck a little bit more tuned for 2 mana plays, because I want to have nowhere to run. So there's 4 nowhere to run in the deck as well to search out with Beseech the Mirror. So now let's talk about the whole deck list. We start with no 1-drops, which is kind of tricky, right? The only 1-drop is Ghost Vacuum, but there are a few tap lands that we might want to get out of the way. We do have 4 Nowhere to Run and 4 Bitter Triumph to try to claw back the early game tempo, should that be the case. And we also have 1 Terminus of Return, the Soulstone, as another mana rock that we could potentially sack to Beseech the Mirror, but mostly just to ramp us for a little bit for the first turn. Then, of course, for Corroding Dragonstorm is our win con, because we can keep recycling this whenever we play a Changeling card. So the Corroding Dragonstorm can help fix our draw by Surveil 2, and it will keep bouncing back to our hand and drain our opponent for 2 every time we play it. So there's a Corroding Dragonstorm, something that we can also play on turn 2. And then 1 Cruelclaw Heist. This will be pretty useful against control decks, because we can steal their counterspell, their Jeskai Revelation. The best thing about stealing Jeskai Revelation is then we play it. After we play that, we deadly cover up them, and then they will lose all of their Jeskai Revelation by us cycling them. So Cruelclaw Heist is actually an insane card when combo with deadly cover up, because not only can you steal the card that they want to use, then you can exile the rest of them from their hand. So yeah, I really like Cruelclaw's Heist in this deck, but it is hard to justify more than 1, especially with Ancient Vendetta just there to kind of drain out all the cards in their deck. So that is this idea that I have for 2 drops. 3 drops, of course, 4 Firdoch Core and 4 Unholy Annex. Exactly what we want to be able to play on turn 3, either ramp or card draw. And if we have ramp, the card draw is also going to drain our opponent so that we went that way. Then we have 4 Beseech the Mirror and 3 Deadly Cover-Up, so that we kind of curve out to 2, 3, 4, 5 mana play. And then the 4 mana play can get one of the Toolbox cards should we need it. Otherwise, we can just play these as a 4 mana play or, 3 mana play if we need to. Then we talk about the land base. We have 24 lands in the deck, but don't let that land base fool you, right? We have a lot of ramp, the Terminus of Return, and 4 Firdoch Core ramps. And also, all of these are, aside from the Soulstone Sanctuary, all of these are basically our mono black lands. So we got 8 swamps, which are just, obviously swamps, and 2 Realm of Koh, which if we have 8 swamps, it's very easy to get Realm of Koh to come into play untapped, since we have 8 basic lands in the deck. So it's kind of like 10 swamps total in the deck. Then we have 4 Bleachbone Verge, and the Bleachbone Verge is just black mana, right? It defaults to black mana, and you can add white if you control a plane or a swamp, which, I mean, most of the time, it will just be either a black swamp or it's a dual color land that we can use to cast Day of Judgment. So that's why it's in the deck. And we also have 4 Overgrown Tomb. Unfortunately, the black-green Verge defaults to green, not black, so I don't want to run that. I don't want to default to green in this deck, but Overgrown Tomb will work just fine. You can shock ourselves and play the Corroding Dragonstorm and gain the life right back, or you can have it come into play turn 1 as a tap land, and then it will just be the dual color land that we need later on. And the only green we need is the Chomping Changeling. So these lands can throw our opponent off from the fact that we're actually a mono black deck, which is kind of funny. But they do what they need to do. We also have 4 Soulstone Sanctuary, because of course we can turn them into demons and attack with them and trigger the where is it? Unholy Annex part. And then we have 2 Valgavoth Lair. So I see a few YouTubers run this. I think Sloth run this, and Valgavoth Lair is a good card because you can name any color for these kind of fringe multicolor decks. It might work, but I don't like it as much because it has to come into play tapped, and in standard, that means you just lose yourself a turn, and I don't like that as much. So I cut it all the way down to 2. I'm not sure if I want any, but maybe 2 to justify the Beseech the Mirror. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try it out today and see how that does. So that's my mono black, not Golgari, not Abzan deck. Let's go into the games and see how well we will do. Now, our opponent is the DJ Transaction. Go first with 2 Terminus, huh? Not the nicest, but I'll take it. Black. Oh boy. Okay, Adagia. Is this Kona? Carrot Kid. I don't know. Either Elspeth or United Battlefront is probably the card I want to hit. Do we just take it out now? Caretaker's Talent, actually, is probably the best card to hit. I will be 1 whole turn behind if I do that. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of important. I don't want to see their Caretaker's Talent. Do they have Caretaker's Talent in their deck? They do. Alright, hold on a second. There's 2 Elspeth. And lots of Graveyard Hate. Yeah, I get those. Ultimas and Elspeth. And there's 1 Summon Knights of the Round that's indestructible. There's 2 Overlords. But probably the only other thing I hit is Elspeth here, right? Stake their Caretaker's Talent. There's 2 Get Lost, but they're playing their Carrot Cake, so I think that would mean I should... If I draw a land, I'm going to play Permanence, but if I don't, I'm going to Unholy Annex. Alright, so Unholy Annex against the Get Lost. It will use up their whole turn. And I do need to draw some lands, so let's go. There it is. There's the Get Lost. I mean, I knew that was happening. But I can keep this going. I mean, only for a while. they do have a lot more get lost in their deck, and eventually I'll run out. I do have a Beseech to... Do I want to use my Beseech here? What do I get out of it? What can I get out of it? I could get... I mean, I am afraid of Elspeth. That's kind of the next card, but I do have Bitter Triumph as well to kill Elspeth. So not as afraid. Maybe I just look at his hands first. I don't have a card. There's an Ultimate and an Overlord. I don't really care about him playing the Ultimate on our current nothing board. So if he wants the Ultimate here, I don't want the Overlord on us, right? So I might as well play it against us. Another one. He's probably gonna try the Ultimate soon. And I am going pretty low here on life total, but that's fine. I can go pretty low here. Rip! We're getting ripped. Just unlock this demon. Try to draw cards. Sack it for another Wabbit. Okay. We gain the life instead of losing the life. It's pretty good. Knight! Oh no. Well, nowhere to run stops that knight. Here comes Ultima. Oh, indestructible, yeah. And our Corroding Dragonstorm is here, so let's corrode them. That's a good card. Oh, GG. Yeah, taking out Caretaker's Talon is exactly where it's at. Alright, our opponent is the Vanidias. Vanidias. Here we go. First, we got a Ghost Vacuum. I'll throw out the Ghost Vacuum here. Whatever deck they're playing, I gotta do something against them. Alright, immediately gonna Intimidation Tactic my core. Well, I got two of them, so at least it's something. I'll take your tactic. Then we Dragonstorm them. Oh, those are... You know, I mean, like, I'll take it, but honestly, I don't think I need the Deadly Cover-Up. More so, I don't think it's gonna have enough time to do it. Nomad Outpost? What the hell? Okay. I mean, we got the Realms of Koh, so we can start making creatures if I want to. They are shocking themselves. Do they have a counterspell? No. Mardu. This is the same card, dude. You gotta give me a better hand than this. Please? Please and thank you? I don't need this untapped. Kutzo's Flanker. Okay, he's gonna exile my graveyard? No, he's just gonna keep some life. Okay, so what is that one card called? from a 4-color control deck. I don't remember what it's called, the 4-color control that destroys target permanent. Let's Google that, right? 4-color control. Come on, load faster, you stupid internet. Alright, the inevitable defeat, that's what it's called. I'm sure they run an inevitable defeat in their deck. Do I bid? I don't think I better try and clear one. Ooh. I do want to get a look at his hand, so at the cost of not looking at what's going on right now, let's hit his defeat. Completely blind. He's gonna flank me again. He's gonna exile my. I mean, I don't do anything with that graveyard, so. Inevitable defeat. Alright, so am I choosing the right opponent? Cease and desist, deadly. Okay. There's 4 of those. So what deck is this? Oh, it's Ketramos. That's what's going on. Alright, we gotta take out the Ketramos. Then we'll figure it out from there. Should have waited. Could have exiled the Ancient Vendetta as well. This way I can just make 1/1. Oh, I can't block, huh? Can't block or be blocked, so that's not very good. Also, the Cease and Desist is pretty scary. It's going to blow up my entire board here. I do have a Beseech. What do I want to Beseech out? He's 1 mana away from Cease and Desist, so he's just going to blow up my Annex when he does it. I don't think it's worth trying that. Getting a little bit alive. Not enough, but a little bit, and we are draining him. Nowhere to run. It does something against the clock, I suppose. It does do enough. Does it do enough? I don't draw it either, so... You know what? I think it does enough. At some point he's going to try to Cease and Desist me, right? He is going to desist right now. Alright, we'll add 1 mana of any 1 color. Make that black. We'll pay 3 life to kill 1 of these. No, exile it. Because I can. I think that deck does much of anything, but I don't know. So I'm gonna try my best. Deadly cover up. Don't need that, but I do need to get an Unholy Annex out. Right? Right. Unholy Annex is necessary. Although I will take a lot of damage, so it's not ideal. Okay, so he's just gonna make me sack it. Then I can just make this. And then I can Beseech the Mirror with it. Let's get ourselves a Firdoch Core. And it would drain. We'll start the slow drain. I don't know if I Cruelclaw and give him a card here. I guess most of his cards in his hands are pretty useless. So I'll give him a card. What you got, opponent? That's a lot of nothing, huh? Torch is annoying, but not the end of the world. Strategic Betrayal is kind of hard to cast. I don't really care if he gets rid of my graveyard, right? So, maybe just take the Torch. If he uses Deadly Cover-Up... I can't take both, so I don't know if it matters too much. Yeah, let's just take the Torch. And we Surveil. I don't even know if I want Soulstone Sanctuary here. I guess it's not bad. He's down to 4. So he's pretty much dead to an attack. Can he... I don't know if he has a way to stop the core. So because I don't know if he has a way to stop the core, I'm not going to use the core. I would deal a lot of damage this way, and he doesn't really get much out of this. And he does. GG! Just that inevitable defeat, right? I called it, and I killed it. Alright, our opponent is Youngs. The Bargler. Bargo than Youngs. Opponent goes first. Okay, they played nothing. I too will play nothing. Conceal Courtyard? Where's that going? Case. Skeleton time. I still have nothing, so... Do I heist them? I don't know if heisting... What am I doing next turn? I might be nowhere to running one of their creatures. But I could just heist them. Try to take out their... corpse. Ooh, they also have a United Battlefront. Right, they're both scary, but Corpse is 100% hitting, whereas in Battlefront might not hit for its attack. So we're gonna slow it down for at least one turn. Then we'll see where that goes. Alright. So he's gonna get the Battlefront out no matter what. We can get our Changeling out and break this most helpful Weaver. Do I break the Weaver or do I break the Case? Case allows them to search. I'll break that one. Seam Rip! Nice. Can't read. Typical opponent. Alright, well... I guess we chump this 2-1 here. They're gonna Battlefront us next turn. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So... I'm gonna have to Bitter Triumph into Beseech to try to wipe. It's gonna take a few turns though. Double Strike? Okay. We'll let him have the Double Strike. Let's see if he's gonna Battlefront us. I can hope he whiffs, but we know history. That's kind of a whiff, right? Weaver again. How many do I have? I don't know where to run. this way I can hold up both the Soulstone Sanctuary and the Bitter Triumph. And I don't need to Beseech. But I could also just Beseech. Actually, I could just Beseech. And still hold up Bitter Triumph. That's not too bad. Let's get ourselves an Annex. That's much needed. And start draining. Draining is useful. Oh, back-to-back Battlefront, huh? I guess you don't have to be good at the game, you just be lucky. I draw back-to-back lands. We got Corpse. And more Skeletons. Those are all aggro. I can blow this up. I still take 8. We'll try it. I might need the land. I don't have enough mana to do all that stuff I wanted to do. So we'll go down to 5. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that's 7 mana, which means I could unlock. If I can unlock, I think I tap this. I don't know if he potentially has a way to get rid of this core. Oh look, more lands. Just what I needed. Here's a double strike. Alright, he's gonna unlock the case for another Battlefront potentially. You also bring the corpse back, so those are kind of the plays I'm gonna have to plan around. But if that's all he's playing, I think we'll be in good hands. So 3 mana. I think I tap the core here. So I'll have this is 4 to activate this. Yeah, I think this is fine. Don't think I'll need 2 green, so put the Annex out like this. If I attack, he'll go down to 6. Oh no, he'll go down to 7. If I attack with this, oh no, just GG, I guess. If I attack with this, that's 9, and that's 4. That will be lethal, assuming he has no blocks, and I guess the opponent didn't want to find out. Alright, our opponent is Maharan. Oh, the one Cruelclaw's Heist. Showing up! Can I name this on white? Let's put it on white, because I'm just almost there. Mana. Right. Maybe don't have a shelter. Do I stop a shelter from happening? At the cost of a lot of damage, though. Not a play? Oh no, this does not. It is not a basic land type. Which is kind of funny. This one is though. So there we go. Day Judgment. Yeah, nice aggro deck. Another Ajani's Primate. Well, how about we give them a card? Do I want to give them a card? Honestly, I don't want to give them a card. Just want to see what they have. Ooh, card draw. Okay, none of that. Well, do your worst, opponent. And now we get the ropes. So I probably play spirits in Pioneer or something. That's fair, you know. To each his own. But the rope is not fair, right? You just don't rope people. Come on, that's just mean. Maharan? Are you Maharuzer? It's hard, alright? It's hard coming with puns all day. They're gonna rope the whole turn. Now, I'm kind of thinking about what I should do coming up. Okay, they're not roping the whole turn. Just this part of it, right? Yeah, this is fine. Gonna get the lifelink. And attack for 3. Another lair. Put this one on green. I'm not black mana. Take cover. Now, what am I most afraid of? I don't think it's the Primate. Oh, I already exiled that card, so it's either the Primate or the Vanguard. There's already 2 Primate in the graveyard, so I'll probably take out the Vanguard. You can also take out a Healer Hawk because I know he has 1 in his hand. It's kind of a useless card, huh? Sanctifier is also kind of useless. I don't want to give him a card. The Healer Hawk doesn't do anything. Just take out a Primate. He's got Realm of Koh. It's something. I mean, pretty standard deck. Just gonna play 2 1-drops. And then go from there, I suppose. I'm gonna try to get an Annex and go from there myself. I have 6 mana, right? So that means I can Annex plus Bitter Triumph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to tap these 3, sack the white lair for... No, tap these 4, sack the white lair for... Well, it doesn't have to tap these 4, right? I could tap these black mana. But either way, I'm sacking the white lair. No. I cannot tap the green if I'm sacking the white lair. Because I'm definitely tapping the white. That's kind of the trick. Tiny trick, but still something I gotta remember to do. So last card is a land. There's still a stick, so it must be a land. Alright, don't play your land. See if I care. Okay, so if we can get the demon to stick, then we'll just gain 2 life every turn and we're losing 2 life, so not too big of a deal. And we're gonna drain our opponent's whole turn, because... Come on, why are you roping? You gotta land. Yeah. Like we don't know how this works. Unless he's got himself on full control mode, which is even worse. Still roping. We'll give him a pupper. Woof woof. Ah. Alright, well, what about this? Yep. Okay. Corroding Dragonstorm is pretty nice, but what I'm gonna do here is this. This. Black. This on black. And we're going to bargain. This Zalgavoth Lair. Get ourselves an Unholy Annex. Please and thank you. And a little bit of card draw. It's gonna keep hurting us, but it is what it is, you know? It's actually gonna hurt us for 2 turns. Because we're gonna have the Bitter Triumph. And Corroding Dragonstorm. I don't think I have enough space for a demon. You see what else he does? I don't think I care about these 2 creatures. This is such a cool, like, emoji? I don't know what it's called. The sticker thing for 9 lives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lives so far. Alright, so he drew 2 lands. Fun. We'll go to my turn. I don't think I kill either of these, right? I don't think I care about either of these. Yeah, just get the Corroding Dragonstorm out there. We gain the 2 life, then we lose the 2 life. But we see what we can get. And another Unholy Annex. And a Vendetta. Does Vendetta even matter against this deck? I'll take it though. I mean, like, it doesn't hurt me. So then, I think I played this land because I have 2 Bitter Triumphs. I need both. I do go down to 6, but 6 is not 0. 6 is a lot. So, good luck. Because once I get the demon out, that's so much life gain that I don't think he has a chance. Here is the scary part, right? If he has a way to get rid of this demon on my turn, then we are in trouble, but he didn't, so we go up to 4, and now we have blockers. And we'll keep him away from the ley line. And have a removal in case he tries to shelter. Hylia. Cool. He needs to attack. The last card is a Healer Hawk. So we know everything. We'll just discard a card to kill this Hylia. I don't think I need to... I mean, like, I like the Hylia, right? I don't need this land. Too many lands. Attacks anyway, so... Not even gonna get that Scry. Get another Deadly Cover-Up. I don't think I need to do that. Let's just put another Unholy Annex down and gain like 6 life this turn. Or 4 life this turn. Oh, and we get nowhere to run. That's GG. That means we can kill both, even if he draws Shelter. Leyline of Hope. That's a good top deck. I mean, I did not need to do that. There. He can attack, but he's not getting to 27. GG. Alright, we got there. All that rope. I couldn't hit the GG much, but it's a game. Alright, our opponent is Nagato. Nagato, what are you playing? We go first, but I need to draw land number 3, and that might be difficult. So we'll see. We have 24 lands in the deck, and I just need to draw the 3rd land for the whole deck to turn on. And of course, then we don't. Who throws? God Core. Okay, it's Kona. Am I gonna draw the 3rd land? I do. I play the Core, I get the Core counter. I played the Annex, I get the Annex counter. There's definitely a counter spell. So, if I don't play anything, then our opponent gets ahead because I have no tempo. Cool. So now, whenever he taps out, I'm gonna have an advantage. It's just a bounce spell. The Flood Maul or something. I mean, I'm already gaining the life is huge. If I can get the... Oh, it's gonna lost in a maze. Cool. I can't target his Kona. I wonder what I will do. Can't counter his Kona. I wonder what I will do. Heh. Why do you think I'm ahead of you? Genius. Alright. So now, how do I want to do this? This doesn't bounce the Corroding Dragonstorm, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get the Dragonstorm out first, and then we sack the Dragonstorm. Ooh, a Chomping Changeling and an Unholy Annex. Those are good cards. Alright, so... yeah, I'll take both. Alright, well, actually it didn't matter. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. But I already know what I'm gonna take. Gonna rescue Beastie. Oh, look at that Omniscience. Doesn't that make your deck strong? Having Omniscience in your deck. So scary. It'd be a shame if you can't cheat it out somehow. And you get drained. Okay. So... Name's on white? This is on white. If I play this as a demon, you could just bounce my demon. He's probably gonna meringue though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's just unlock. I don't think he can get something big out. You could bounce this demon, but as use of a card he has, I'm sure he wants to play his Meringue River region. If he used that to bounce, a second loss in the maze. Why? Why didn't you do it on my turn so that it's less stunned? Consult is good. Good luck. I hope it works out for you. Main phase consult. I mean, I put the Vendetta in there to go against combo decks like this. Precisely against combo decks like this. So now he's going to Meringue River region us. But the Meringue River region says non-land card, right? Is it non-land? Non-land permanents. This is a land. This into the battlefield this turn, I think. Oh yeah. GG. I'm still looking at which into the battlefield that turn. Our opponent already doesn't want to play it out. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those mono black, not Abzan game, how does this deck feel? Was I right about this, crazy toolbox kind of matchup? Again, I had to fine-tune this deck a lot. I think the first game that you saw was not tuned. I did not add white into the deck. And then I cut out some swamps. I also cut out the Valgamoth Lair. And I just added the Bleachbone Verge and the Day of Judgment because I thought, I'm going to need those board wipes against Badger mode decks. And now we have this deck. The biggest thing I forgot to talk about in the intro is we beseech the Day of Judgment. That's so important. In so many matchups, when you beseech Deadly Cover-Up, you're going to lose that game because not enough time. But if you beseech Day of Judgment, is you sack one of these enchantments or artifacts, you immediately get to Day of Judgment your opponent. That's how you win those games. So that's what makes this deck super duper strong. Now, that being said, there's still a little bit of fine-tune that I want to adjust for this deck. Let's start with Deadly Cover-Up. I don't think I need 4 in this deck, or even 3 in this deck, because we have Day of Judgment and Ancient Vendetta. These two cards combined is a Deadly Cover-Up. So I think I'm going to go down to 2 for this, because 5 mana, usually just want a Ritual Chamber in this deck. So we can go down to 2, and that will give us an open slot for another card. Another thing that I think I want to cut a little bit off is the Bitter Triumph. It's a good card. Don't get me wrong, I do like Bitter Triumph, and in this deck we definitely had the life to kind of spare because of Corroding Dragonstorm. But I am honestly very much in missing 1-drop or a 1-mana removal plays like Stab or Hex. So I think I will actually cut 2 Bitter Triumph and 1 Deadly Cover-Up and put in 3 Stabs. Now, a lot of people like Hex. I see everyone run Hex these days, right? It's the mono black one. Where is it? They're right there. Requiting Hex. I don't like this as much as Stab. I like Stab way more. Stab is -2/-2, and that can help you kill a bigger creature, right? Whereas in the Hex can only get a 2 mana or lower creature, which, yeah, you get Land Elf and Badgermold Cups. That's great. But Stabs can also get those. But Stab can get bigger things. And I think that's a little bit more important. It's not like we really need the life gain. With Hex, since we have the life gain for the Corroding Dragonstorm, and we don't have anywhere to actually, you know, put a -1/-1 counter on our creatures anyways. So that's how I feel. And the other thing that I think I want to change is maybe I'll cut one Nowhere. I mean, it's really hard, right? Nowhere to Run is a really good card, and I am always afraid of cutting it when in facing a hexproof deck or whatnot. But I do want to have 2 Cruelclaw's Heist. I do feel like I face a lot of control matchups where I wish I could look at their hand and see what I'm playing against. Maybe even a Duress. But yeah, I do think we need more hand disruption so I can look at our opponent's hand and figure out what we're playing up against. And yeah, that's what I want to change here. And the last thing here is I might want to cut a Soulstone Sanctuary for another swamp, or cut the Valgamoth Lair for another swamp, because I think the Realm of Koh 2 is good, but definitely there was a few times where I feel like it's getting stuck. So that is where I need an extra basic land. That's the whole idea of the deck, and that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.